Hi everyone. Okay, I have very little experience in shooting videos of myself, so I'm pretty camera shy and I'm probably going to and a lot, but I need to make this video because I'm very excited about something that's transpired in my life and I want to get the message out there. I haven't scripted this or anything, it's just coming out as I go along, so bear with me. Okay, here we go. Firstly, I have a condition called ulcerative colitis. It's a very unpleasant condition, especially when it's flaring. Basically, it's, I don't want to get too graphic, but basically it's a whole lot of ulcers in the intestinal and colonic tract, and it causes immense bleeding and discomfort, abdominal pains. It's really difficult. And I've had it for about a year now, just over a year, and I was diagnosed with it about 9 months ago. So for the first 2 months I didn't really know what was going on, and it was pretty difficult and scary time. A lot of people have to resort to surgery with this condition because they don't have to, but well, verging on have to, because sometimes the colon gets so damaged and medications aren't working, and people run out of options. And I've been scared, I thought, I don't want to go for surgery. I don't even like medicine, medication, pharmaceutical medication. This is not my thing, but I've been kind of forced my own hand into taking medication because I was desperate. Trying to live with this condition when one is in full flare is so difficult. I had to catch a plane from Johannesburg to, well, it was PE, Joburg, Lima, Iquitos. It's still a lot of flying. Oh no, Sao Paulo, Lima. Yeah, it's a lot of flying. And my condition, and I didn't even know what it was, it started flaring on my flights because of the stress. Who knows, because I'm an ex-cigarette smoker. There have been those claims made by some people. Who knows what it was. It chose to flare for the first time in full blown on that flight, and it was difficult. So really, because you can't be far from a bathroom with this condition, and it's just a lot of blood. People become anemic and weak and dizzy, lose a lot of weight. I was exceptionally skinny when I was in full flare. Anyhow, I think I found an alternative. I've been led to finding this alternative beyond medication, and I'm so happy because I was not happy taking the medication. The side effects were terrible for me. I was moody, headaches, nausea, just cramps, feeling just no energy, feeling terrible. The only bonus was that I wasn't bleeding as much, but then the medication stopped working properly and I started bleeding regardless, because I tapered down on the medication, and then when I tried to go back on, because my bleeding was coming back on, the medication stopped helping. So because of that, I have been doing research and looking around to see what I can find, and yet again nature wins. I've found alternative ways of dealing with this, and the simplest way has just been by changing my diet completely. It is quite an extreme change for many people, especially in our modern day ways of eating with our agricultural systems, and we eat a lot of high carb diet. People like their baked goods. I used to love my pastries and everything, and pastas and whatnot. That all has to go with this diet that I'm on, and it's really working. I've cut out all grains, I've cut out starchy foods like potatoes and corn. Those are the two vegetables I've cut out. All other vegetables, pretty much, I think all are pretty much okay. It's very similar to a paleo diet, if you might be familiar with the paleo diet, except I do have Himalayan salt. And basically it's a hunter-gatherer kind of diet, a lot of natural foods without the agricultural powdered up grains, and I'm noticing immense improvements. Since I've cut out grains and starch, my bleeding is dropping down dramatically. I feel good, my head feels clear, I don't feel fuzzy, I don't feel as if I'm... Oh, and I've also cut out all sugar. No sugar except for honey. I love honey. Honey's good. Honey's good for this condition. Manuka honey, this is Manuka honey. Manuka honey is very expensive. It's incredible stuff, and I can't afford it all the time, unfortunately, but if you can, I would recommend that. Otherwise, good organic honey is lovely. This honey that we get in South Africa is from a place called Baviaanskloof, which is not that far from me, and it just tastes so good. It tastes, you can taste all the flowers. It tastes like this wild exotic flora. It's amazingly yummy honey. I then have slippery elm, which is also good for soothing the intestinal tract, creating like a gel-like cover. It's lovely stuff. The directions are pretty simple. I'm sure you can find out about that. After cutting out gluten, absolutely no gluten on my diet. After cutting out gluten, after 3 weeks, I've been taking psyllium husk as a colon cleanser, which has also really been helping. And I have a few supplements, like I take chlorophyll, whether it's chlorella or wheatgrass. I do take vitamin B6 and a vitamin B complex, and I take magnesium. Other than that, those are the only supplements I really take. I can't think of much else. I think that's it. A little bit of vitamin C, but not too much vitamin C because it can agitate if you take high doses. So I wouldn't recommend high doses. Yeah, so it might seem like a pretty plain diet and whatnot, but for me it's exciting, and it just feels very natural, very earthy, and I'm very happy. I'm going to do an update in a few weeks because it's still early days with my new diet, but already the results are astounding me, and I'm so excited because it means if I can live free of this condition without having to have surgery, without having to take medication, and only having to just adjust my diet to a more plain diet without all these processed foods and processed grains and sugars, well, jeepers, it's not much of a sacrifice by comparison, and I'm happy and I'm excited, so that's why I had to share it. And I wanted people to, hopefully, I cannot say it'll work definitely for you, but it's working for me, and there is a possibility it could work for you too, and it's maybe worth a try, and so that's why I wanted to share this. And that's all I have to say, and thanks very much. Okay.